Hey guys, this is Troop Gaming, and this is the 4th devlog for my Mega Man fan game. In this video, I'll be talking about the new stage, enemies, and Robot Master. Anyway, let's get started with it. So the first thing I did was copy Bomb Man stage, which is in the framework I'm using. Then I deleted all the terrain and enemies in the stage, as you can see here. I also decided before all of this that I wanted the level to be desert themed. So I used Hard Man tiles and Tomahawk Man backgrounds for this level. I also mixed together Metal Man tiles and Pharaoh Man tiles for some parts of the level. This is how it looked after I made the first screen. Then after this I had to decide what gimmick I wanted the stage to have. At first I was going to make some quicksand, but I thought that was too common to see in desert levels. But then I got a new idea to create mine carts that would kind of be like roller coasters or something you would have to ride to get through the level. So then I created a new room and put some tracks in it. Then I created a minecart platform that was affected by physics that stood on a platform that the player would go through. Then I coded the minecart to move forward. Then I made the minecarts move faster and flip when the track rotated. Then I made the minecarts able to jump, as you can see here. Then I made the player move with the platforms, but as you can see here, it was a bit janky. The problems just seemed to get worse the more I tried to fix it. And then it took me like a week to figure out how to fix it. But eventually I fixed the issue by switching how the minecarts handled physics. What I was originally trying to do was use these rigid body components, as you can see here, which handle physics for you. Instead, I wanted to use transform to change the object's position directly. The reason I want to do it this way is so I can use transform parent, which would easily do what I want to do. But I can't use transform parent if I'm using the rigid body. The only problem with using transform is that I would have to code the physics. Luckily for me, with the things I wanted to do, it was pretty easy to code the physics. So the next thing I wanted to do was sometimes allow these enemies that I'll talk about later to spawn on the minecarts, and how often they were allowed to spawn. After this, I was pretty much done with the actual level. So next I had to pick some music for the level. The music I ended up using was yet again from that guy where I can't pronounce his name. But I think the music was pretty fitting, so I used it. And that's pretty much it for this part. The first enemy I made for this level was the Brown from Mega Man 6. I started out by creating the animations for the enemy. It was pretty easy to code except for one glitch. Anyway, this glitch was actually pretty easy to fix because it was just a minor mistake in my code. After I fixed it, the enemy worked how it was supposed to. next enemy I used for this level was the Pickaxe Man, which I already coded in Devlog 2 because I was bored. The next enemy I created were the enemies that I called the Minor Joes, which I was talking about earlier. They're pretty easy to make because they're basically just copies of the Sniper Joes. The only difference is that they don't have shields. And that's pretty much it for the new enemies I made for this level. The first boss I needed to create for the stage was the mid-boss. Before creating all of this, I decided I wanted the boss to be fought while you were riding the minecarts infinitely. So basically the idea was when you stepped on the minecarts, they would move forward until they reached a certain spot, and then they would stop and the background would scroll to make it look like you were moving while you were fighting the boss. So the first thing I did was make the minecarts move when you stepped on them and then stop at a specific spot. Then I added a background and animated it to make it look like you were moving when the minecart stopped. Then after this, I slowed the tracks down and made the actual boss. I was going to eventually make the boss a bird or a mole or something. Put in the comments what you think it should be. But for now, the mid-boss is just gonna be the red square. Anyway, now the only thing the mid-boss did was move around and shoot 10 shots. You also could only hit it while it was shooting. Then after that, I created a new dash attack for the mid-boss, as you can see here. After that, the actual boss fight was done for now. But there were some issues with the visuals with the way I had it set up, because I had to upscale the sprite, so I had to change the sprite. So for now, the mid-boss is the Evil Chocolate Death. Then the only thing left for me to do after that was make the ride stop after you defeated the boss. After this, I was done with the mid-boss. Now it was time for me to make the Robot Master for this level. Yet again, I did not create this character. Anyway, the first thing I did was create this hitbox. Then I gave him a jumping animation and tried to add camera shake, but it didn't go so well the first time. After that, I fixed the timing on the camera shake and added these Commando Man wave things. Then I made the waves taller so they would be extremely hard to jump over unless you jumped from a block higher than the floor. You'll see why I did this in a second. Next, I created these blocks that would fall from the sky and damage you while they were in midair. After that, I made the boss drop these things, but as you can see, they were a bit janky at first. Eventually, I fixed the issue by making the blocks automatically set their height to the floor when they touch the ground. Then I created this charging animation for the dash attack. And before anyone mentions anything about this hand facing the wrong direction, I fixed it after recording all these videos. Anyway, after that I created this rock explosion with 2 smaller rocks that would damage you. Then I created the dash attack. After that I added another damaging rock to the explosion, but I made the camera shake not make the player fall down. And finally I added a new rock throwing attack for the boss and made him do everything from the opposite side after that attack was over. After that I created the boss's intro animation and I was done with the boss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.